guys, good morning. Now this is the last topic, introduction to law. But originally should be a first topic. Huh? But I don't. You come for group 2 9 here. And group 2, group 3, group 4 is there. Yeah, I will follow wherever you go, no problem. Okay. Now guys, introduction to Constitution of India. Topics are there up to 1.4 or 5 is there. We have to learn this one. Just to have a basic outline. Some topics are equally important. Okay. Yeah. The Indian Constitution is the lengthiest written constitution which has blend of rigidity, flexibility and a federal system of unitary figures. Lengthiest as we remember one word, blend as the second word you remember, federal system as a third word you remember, then you can give the interpretation. And it means about parliamentary form of the government, lays down that India shall have an independent judiciary, and the constitution further provides emergency provision structure and has many features that help the governance of our country. So whenever numbering is there, those words you try to recollect. Learning is required. Okay. Indian Constitution is the lengthiest written constitution. What are the various items of this constitution? When it comes to constitution, guys, remember our Constitution of India consists of the 470 articles. Please make a note. 470 articles are there. We have the 12 schedules. There is a 12 schedule. 105 times Constitution got amended so far. And Constitution of India consists of 1,17,369 words. Our Constitution of India consists of so many words. So Constitution of India consists of the 470 articles. In the legislations you can see sections. In the Constitution you can see articles. No sections here, only articles. Total 470 articles are there. If you remember Companies Act also, Company Act also consists of the 470 sections only. And the 12 schedules are there. So far it is 105 times amended from time to time. Tomorrow this figure may change also. From time to time changes are taking place, and it consists of the 1,17,369 words. Lengthiest written constitution globally. Fine. So it is the lengthiest. First one, written constitution. Blend. Blend means combination of. It is a combination of constitution is a combination of the rigidity as well as flexibility. Means certain things were rigid, you can't change it. Flexible means it can be amended, certain things. And the federal system. What is the federal system here? Like a US. US is the combination of the different states. Similarly, India also. Federal system means India consists of states, union territories. India means not alone India. It consists federal system. Wherever you come across the word federal system, you remember as it consists of the states only. States are there, UT, nothing but the union territories are there. All clubbed together only India. Fine. And it is unitary figures. At the same time, it mentioned as a parliamentary form of the government. Parliamentary form means democracy, where members were elected by public. and lays down that India shall have an independent judiciary. No one is over and above the law. Nobody can influence the judicial matters. It is the independent judiciary system. Even the policy makers also cannot interfere with administration of the justice. And the constitution further provides that emergency provision. Already this was used by Indira Gandhi. When required, emergency provisions can be used, and many features are held for the governance of the country. The Constitution of India essentially came into force only for progress and success of the government of India, how to make a rules further. Now guys, preamble. Every legislation, constitution will have the preamble. Preamble is a soul of that legislation or a constitution. Why this constitution was made? Based on that preamble only. Preamble is the utmost important. While giving interpretation of any section, any rule, any provisions in the law or in the constitution, any article, if you want to give interpretation, if you have a confusion while giving interpretation, you have to see only preamble. If you see the preamble, you can draw the conclusion. So preamble is not a mandatory one, it is a guiding factor. Why this constitution came into force? They wrote in the preamble. Preamble is the paramount important. While making any kind of amendments in the constitution, if you have a difficulty, you read again and again, try to interpret only from preamble. But remember again, whenever there is a dispute between or a conflict between constitutional articles as well as preamble and constitution, whenever there is a conflict, which one will prevail? Article. Do remember, that's why articles are more important. But interpretation purpose, look at preamble only. Whenever you are any law you take, of course constitution only one, laws are many were there, every law is having one preamble. Means why this legislation came into force? They are right there. Okay. The preamble to the constitution was adopted by Constituent Assembly. It reads as follows. This you have to please learn it. Preamble of constitution means this paragraph you have to repeat and reproduce in examination, and you can't change a single word also there. Okay. Let us see here. We the people of India means the person who when this constitution came into force in India on the 26th day of the November 1949. Effective date was 1950. Originally 26th November 1949. Means we the people of it was given in the present tense, which means the persons born before the constitution was made, after the constitution was made, at the time of constitution made, they are giving a sworn oath that we the citizen of India, we follow this constitution. They are giving a oath, and indirectly this is called. This is applicable to those who are presently living and future those who are going to born. By birth, you become the member of the Union of India and you are following the Constitution of India by default. You are giving an assurance as such. We the people of India having solemnly resolve means agreeing that Constituent India is a sovereign, socialistic, secular, democratic republic. This word probably number of times you might have come across at your school days also, probably this one, right? We will give interpretation of each word. To secure all of its citizens what? Justice, liberty, equality, fraternity, and in our Constituent Assembly, it came into force on 26th November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give ourselves to this constitution. Means we are giving an assurance that I blindly obey this Constitution of India. Let us see the meaning. Write the sentences meaning if you want. This is first one is sarvizin. What is the meaning of sarvizin? Write down. Sarvajan means independence of. Sarvajan means independence of any foreign influence or control. Independence of any foreign influence or control, which means after we got independence, India is not controlled by any foreign country, any person. We are controlling ourselves. So today there are some countries who got independence but still controlled by British. But whereas in India that was not the case. Once we got independence, we got Sarvajan, means India is not controlled by any foreign nation, foreign citizen, foreign country, etc. Right? That is the meaning of the Sarvajan. Second meaning, socialist. Socialist means state shall not discriminate. State shall not discriminate among citizens, and it will promote equality. And it will promote equality. I repeat, state shall not discriminate among citizens, and it will not promote and it will promote equality. What is the meaning of a state? Here state means Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, not like that. State means country. In the Constitution of India, wherever you come across one word state, you remember it as a country. Means India point of view we are addressing there. Okay. So here the state means India shall not discriminate among the citizens. Based on the caste, equality is there. Article 14 is there. Later part I will tell. It won't discriminate the people based on the place you live, and it will promote the equality among all the members. That's called as a socialistic. No discrimination among the members. Third, secular. Secular means state cannot promote any religion. State cannot promote any religion. State cannot promote any religion. Best example and India. India will not promote any religious and as a for a Hindu point of view, Muslim point of view, Christians point of view, they won't encourage any religion. India, that's it. It won't promote any kind of it. It won't give any financial assistance for promoting any kind of a religion in India. Whereas in Pakistan, they promote the Islamic, because Pakistan is a Islamic state. They promote only Islamic culture there. That is a not a secular country. It is called as a Islamic country. It promote one particular religion there. Encourages. Third, fourth one, democratic. Already we know Abraham Lincoln, the great person, gave the definition for democracy. What is the meaning of democracy? Of the people, government, right? Democracy, government of the people, by the people, for the people. This is according to Abraham Lincoln. Of the people, by the people, for the people. If time permits, all of you read the Abraham Lincoln's story also, and very inspiring. He was a miserable failure in his entire life. His life started after 45 plus. Seriously. That's why nothing is permanent. Okay, next one. Republic. Republic. Republic means head of the state. State means country. Head of the state is not by birth. Head of the state is not by birth, no royal family. Whereas in England, if you see royal family, if a queen die, king will come. King also die, their children will become the family culture end. Whereas in India, that was not the case. Who is the president of India? Not from one family. Governor of the state, not from one family. They will elected by the governments. That's why there is no question of the royal status was not there here for anyone. From royal family, someone is not becoming a president of India, governor of India as such. Whereas in other countries, something different they will follow. We follow the democratic republic. Republic means no royal family. Any person can become the president of India. Any person can become the governor of the state. No restriction that only from this family one person should become the president or a governor. See the meaning again, sir? What is the meaning of a preamble here? We the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India, serve in socialistic, secular, democratic republic. Some abbreviations you remember, very quickly you can assess this meaning. Serve in socialistic, secular, democratic republic to secure all its citizens. For every citizen we will provide what? Justice. Justice in where? Justice socially, economically and politically. All are equal. There is no discrimination as such. Other one is liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship. Any religion, we can worship it. Nobody can question you on that. And equality of the status, opportunity and promote among themselves all. And fraternity. What is the fraternity? Spirit of the brotherhood. Fraternity means spirit of brotherhood. Remember. Spirit of the brotherhood. Fraternity assuming the dignity of the individual, unity and integrity of the nation. And finally, in our Constitutional Assembly, 26th day of the November 1949, do hereby adopt. Means we are accepting it and enact and give ourselves with this Constitution. So this paragraph you please try to verify. These words if you want to remember as justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. Somewhere abbreviations if you want, we can use it in the due course then. Now, what is the purpose of this preamble? Why this preamble came into force? The preamble basic objectives were 1, 2, 3, 4 and 4 points are there. What is the first one there? The first one is it discloses the source of the Constitution. Origin, how the Constitution must come into force. Second one, it lays down the date. Already we know date 26th November 1949. Yeah. 1949. Okay. Other one is set out rights and freedoms with the people of India wish to secure for themselves. And fourth one declares nature of the government. What is the nature of government? Democracy. And other one is what are the rights and duties? We have the rights and duties point of view. These words justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. Rights and duties were these rights and freedoms you can remember as example of justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. On the other hand, the government has to provide each kind of the nature of the government. What is the nature of the government here? Socialistic, service in socialistic, secular, democratic and republic. Nature of the government. This is the nature of the government. These are the rights and freedoms of the citizen of India. And in case of a Keshavananda Bharati versus state of Kerala, Constitution means this was the case eminently come across and different times this case came upon in the court of law. What does it mean? The Supreme Court held that the preamble is a part of the Constitution of India. See that vocabulary. The preamble extreme importance and the Constitution should read and interpret in the light of the grand and noble vision of expressed in the preamble. Means before we draft the Constitution articles, we have the preamble. Based on that preamble only all articles were interpreted. So whenever you are giving the interpretation of the Constitution of India, want to draw the conclusions, you have to have a confusion, say look at again preamble, utmost important. And in this case and the judgment was given, Keshavananda Bharati. Remember this title please. And however, remember this word, very important line this is, neither The preamble is neither the nature of the source of legislature, means based on the preamble, legislations won't come into force. What is the legislation? Like a Companies Act, Contract Act, Sale of Goods Act, Partnership, LLP, CI. These legislations were not based on preamble. Preamble is for preparation of Constitution of India. Legislations came into force according to your articles. Thereby remember, preamble is considered for the sake of importance, the power of legislation not to create a prohibition on any powers of the legislation. Neither it is a source nor it will prohibit. The preamble of Constitution of India essentially there to understand the meaning of the why this Constitution came into force. What is the origin? If you know origins, and people will understand, okay, this is the purpose of this Constitution. But because of that preamble, your legislations were not made. This is neither a source of the legislation nor restrict any person. You don't make any law of like this. Fine. And it is not enforced in any court of law. Means nobody can file a case in the court of law stating that preamble of India is not executed in India. Preamble is nothing but the base for nothing but a foundation. With the foundation only house is built, but nobody will see the foundation. If you want to see the strength of the house, people will check the foundation only. I want to go for second floor, third floor, fourth floor. What they will say? Check the foundation first. Is there any proper base or not? To know that we are checking, otherwise won't see the foundation any time. Preamble also same. We see the preamble only for interpreting the Constitution of India, not to make any other purposes there. Fine. Important and examination point of view. This is about, already I told one sentence guys, whenever there is a dispute between the preamble and article, always articles will prevail. Remember, make a note somewhere, note, whenever there is a dispute between, write a note and dispute between preamble and article, articles will prevail. Articles will prevail means articles will valid. So this is about Constitution of India, just introduction to Constitution. How many articles are there? 470. How many schedules? 12 schedules. How many times so far amended? 100 times. How many words are there? 1,17,369 words in Constitution of India. Then what is the Constitution? It is the lengthiest written Constitution. It is a blend of the rigidity as well as flexibility. Sometimes it is a fixed one, sometimes if you want you can amend certain things. And other one is it has a federal system. Federal system means combination of the different states and UT and unitary features. It mentioned that a parliamentary form of the government lays down that India shall have the independent judiciary system, nothing but executory body cannot interfere with administration of judicial matters, and the Constitution of India further provides emergency provisions structure and shall have many features which help the governance of our country. And preamble of India is adopted for Constituent Assembly. That is the preamble. We the people of India, having solemnly resolved to Constitution of India in service and socialistic, secular, democratic republic, and to secure all citizens justice, liberty, equality and fraternity in our country. And in our Constituent Assembly, this is came into force on 26th November 1949, and do hereby adopt, enact, give to ourselves, means we are accepting ourselves in this Constitution. Okay guys, chalo. This is about 1.1. Now second topic. What is the title? Fundamental rights. And important from examination point of view. Very important. Questions will come and articles are there. Article 14 onwards, Article 32. Some articles were not there, some articles were there here. Article 14 to Article 32. We have to learn in this. Article 14 to Article 32. We are going to learn in this chapter. Let us see. The aim of the fundamental rights is in certain elementary rights and duties of to life, liberty, freedom of speech, freedom of faith, and so on should be regarded as a unavoidable under the circumstances that shifting the majority in the legislature of our country and should not have a free hand in interfering with the fundamental rights. Fundamental right also called as a Magna Carta of India. Magna Carta came into force in England at 1215, and in 1215 only they made the rules there. For individual point of view, in India they have taken these privileges. According to case of the E.P. Royappa versus State of the Tamil Nadu, the new concept of equality in the following words: the equality is a dynamic concept which may aspects and dimensions it cannot be described and combined and confined within the traditional limits. From the prospective point of view, equality is a antithesis of the subalternness. Nothing but you should treat everyone as one and the same. Article 14 is there. According to Article 14, you should treat everyone as one and the same. You cannot discriminate the people based on the caste, creed, color, race and sex. Let us see these words interpretations. And here, who is over and above the law? You can discriminate one person. And who can be discriminated? President of India, Governor of India, they were not answerable to any court. And President of India, Governor of India is not answerable to any court when you are acting as a president, when you are acting as a governor during the term. Otherwise you are answerable to them. And against the president and governor, no criminal course of action, no case can be filed. Under a CRPC, they cannot be prosecutable. They have some immunity, nothing but all are equal except president and governor. Another one is against a president and governor, there is no civil procedure code also, means no need to pay damages also. Means president or governor cannot be jailed when they were in office. Second one, they need not pay any damages to any person. Usually all are equal before the law. But there are two persons over and above the law, who are the president and governor. Against a president, there is no prosecution. Case cannot be filed. No case will entertain by any court. Second, no criminal course of action. No civil liability on part of the president and governor. These two were above the law. Remaining all citizens at par, including prime minister, minister or MLA, MLC, what all. Those are all come under the public servant. They should be prosecutable. Under section Article 21 is the public servant definition as per that. Yes, they are also prosecutable, punishable. Now guys, prohibition of the discrimination on certain grounds. People cannot be discriminated. According to Article 15(1), the state means I told you country, shall not discriminate against any citizen on the ground of only religion, race, caste, sex means male or female, place of birth or any of them. You cannot discriminate the people based on the caste, creed, color, race. Always you can take this word. What is the meaning of race? And race means language, based on language. And the second one, based on the place, based on the color. You can't discriminate the people. Generally, I don't know, can I tell or not? Like me, a dark person, isn't it? People will speak as a dark person and a gore person, something as such. I don't know how many of you see. But still also people discriminate. Hey, South Indian man. People speak, nowadays it's not there, gone. Maximum it is gone. Pan-India movies are there. Everyone is enjoying everything today. Unlike earlier. Earlier people go to Delhi, in the newspaper, everyone knows that 1982, Ramarao came into power. Until that, we don't have identity also. If anyone knows, Andhra Pradesh got no identity at all. People say South means Tamilian, Tamil Nadu, that's it, Madrasi. Beyond that, we have no identity at all. When Ramarao came into power, defeating the Congress government, people say, oh, Andhra wala. Then people started identifying Andhra Pradesh. Means they are based on the place where you live and based on the color, based on the your kind of the language, people cannot be discriminated. Today also people born in Chhattisgarh will be discriminated. Their language would be something different. Tribal caste, SC, ST people, some kind of a discrimination we can see and outside. That should not be there, what I am trying to say, right? And other one, Article 15(2), no citizen shall be above the ground subject to the disability, liability, restrictions or condoms regarding to access to the shop. Means everybody can access the shop. Is there? SC, ST people, BC people cannot come and sit with us. You can't enter into my shop. Olden days it was there. Nowadays you can't come across. Honestly, drastic change is there. Previously people never used to allow into the shop also. They can't wear the chappal also. They should remove the chappal carry. They can't walk on the street. While walking also, they should wear something back of them. Their footprints should not be there on the street end. Many social evils were there earlier. Now all those gone. Access to the shop and the public restaurant and hotels, public place of entertainment, etc. Adjacent to you, an ST person was sitting and eating. Are you ready to sit with him? You are great people. But there are people who can't sit. And in the society today also there are some people. They don't like it. They are not ready to share the dayas. Today also, unfortunately, it is there, right? Okay, but it's only an example sake. You can't discriminate. What I am trying. Next one is use of the wells. Nowadays, it is not necessary. Earlier, for drinking water, people used to go for wells only, isn't it? And upper class people and lower class people, upper class people won't allow the lower class people to take the water from the well. Earlier days, and watch the old movies just for change, you will understand. Occasionally you see, not regular basis, occasionally old movies, and before we born, at least if you see, you will understand our culture and how it was evaluated there from to present scenario. We come across the drastic change, you can see it. And tanks, bathing ghats, people are there. Hey, not here, go there, go. If anyone see in the movies also, an incident was there here. That fellow go the next, then nothing will be there for him. It so happens, my dear. And the roads and place of the public resort maintained wholly or partly out of the state funds decided to use for the general public. Government is building all these things, and government money means public property only. Then everybody got a right to use those things. So, and for example, we can see once in 12 years, so Pushkaralu will come, Godavari, Krishna, and people going to take the holy dip. And can you discriminate? That arrangement was made by whom? Government. Government spent the money, so every person got a right to use that ghat. You can't say that you are not allowed here, go to next ghat. This is meant for this religion only, this is meant for this religion. Can you discriminate as such? No, that is the point. Okay. And the next one, guys, in certain exception to the general principles laid down by Article 15, 1 and 2. Listen, see these lines carefully, guys. Nothing in this article shall prevent the state making a special provisions for the women and children. If you remember Factories Act 1948, we have the separate working conditions, measures for the sake of women and children. So you can discriminate here. There is every possibility because their point of view, some soft corner can be there. Here state means, I told you, country can make a certain guidelines. Nothing in this article shall prevent the state making of a special provisions of advancement of socially, educationally backward classes of citizens or scheduled classes. SC, ST, BC. Since independence, we are giving a reservations for them. Government is giving the SC, ST, BC, reservations are going on. But state can have their own policy, initially meant for only 10 years. Reservation policy, Ambedkar said only 10 years you have to give the reservation because they were suppressed in the society. But almost 80 years it been extended. But today also people are, some of them are real beneficiary are not getting benefited. And they will remain as a SC, ST struggling to survive in the market. The people with the fake certifications getting the user benefits out of it. Somewhere we have to plug in certain weaknesses, but I am not discussing the other side of the coin. Nothing in this article prevent the state making of a special provisions by law advancement of the socially educationally backward citizens, scheduled classes, scheduled tribes, so far as the provisions relating to the admissions in educational institutions and private institutions and whether aided or unaided by the state under the except other than the minority educational institution. In educational institutions as well as SC, ST, BC reservations are there. I wanted to do my LLM, my own example I will share. I wrote my examination, Usman University, I did my LLM I want, and I read entrance, I got a 52 rank, in the sense ranking wise, 52 my rank. And the women's college going on, I was there waiting, I thought Pakka I will get a seat. When I was there, in front of me all are going, the person who got a rank around thousands, I'm not saying anything. They got the seats and but merit was stopped at 42. I didn't get a seat. I walked out. I didn't get a seat in LLM. My rank was 52. Strange. I was thinking that 60-80 seats will be there. Pakka I will get a seat after reservations and all. But since being a OC, they said, Babu, all the best next time. Maybe I should have got a first rank or second rank, I don't know. To get a seat, maybe 15th, 16th rank probably needed. It shows my inefficiency probably there. I couldn't get a proper seat. Otherwise, I thought of doing my LLM also continuously. Anyway, sometimes some example was strange. Unless you stand in the place and you won't feel the pain. Seriously, people got less marks getting the things and you are standing and looking at the people like this means it is a painful sometime. I'm not against anything, just rule I'm saying. Okay guys, that is the 15, no discrimination, 15 over guys. Now it is the 16. What is the 16? Discrimination can be made where? Some temples are there, discrimination can be made. Go to Tirupati, dress code is compulsory, otherwise you are not allowed for the darshan. Must and should. Go to Ayyappa temple, civilian, non-civilian, both will go. But the procedures are, the civilian go in one way and devotees will go in another way. And women was till yesterday prohibited. If you remember Ayyappa temple, women was not allowed. Some age limit was there, below the age of the 14, above the age of the 55, something as such. Those were allowed, otherwise women was not allowed. Supreme Court gave the ruling, women were allowed. All are equal before the law. One hand were saying that equity is there, how can you discriminate? So that women were allowed now. And the other one is, I don't know how many of you remember, Indira Gandhi was not allowed to enter into the Guruvayur temple in Kerala. She was ready to go to temple, they said no. No, this is a Hindu temple, how can you come? She was standing there long time and they were not allowed. No. Without visiting temple, she went off. She was discriminated. Yes, it happens because they say that otherwise you are not allowed. This temple was purely maintained by that community. She was discriminated at that time, but she wanted. Later part again she came. She was allowed. But one time court given the ruling later. You can't discriminate people like that. It so happens here. And other one is based on the. We can make certain discriminations, and okay, that is about 15. Now, guys, 16. What is Article 16? Equality of opportunities, nature of the public employment. Yes, everybody should get an equal opportunity for jobs and no discrimination based on the caste, creed, color and position. SC, ST, BC reservations you can provide. Apart from that, other space, and everybody should get an equal opportunity in the employment point of view. Don't discriminate the people. Only merit is important. OBC employment is there. Only merit matters. Now see, first 2 points only equally important first. The remaining all exceptions. What are the first 2 points? There shall be equality of opportunity for all citizens matters relating to employment and the appointment of any office in the state. All citizens of India should get equal opportunity. And the second one, no citizen shall on the ground of the religion, that is the caste, creed, color, descent, place of the birth, residence, or any of the theme, any of them will be ineligible for the discrimination against in respect of employment of any state. Since you born in the Jammu and Kashmir, no job for you. You born in the UT, no job for you. You can't discriminate. Wherever place you have born, you write UPSC examination. If you qualify, you may become the IAS officer, IPS officer, IRS officer. There is a very fair enough one. No discrimination as such. However, exception means you can discriminate. What is the rule? You cannot discriminate while getting the government job. However, discrimination can be made. Exception means quite opposite to the rule. When you can be discriminated, see the rules there. Nothing in this article prevent the parliament from making the law prescribing regarding to the class or class of employments appointment of any office by government, local government or authority within the state, union territory requires that residents within that state or union territory prior to that employment or appointment. Best example and police department. Here example is always police department. You are appointed, you are elected, means selected as a police and constable, head constable or a SICI. You are posted in Kerala, Thiruvananthapuram. You know only Telugu, but they know Malayalam. And communication gap. You are placed in Tamil Nadu. You know Telugu, you don't know Tamil. You know only one thing, no. That word may be easy to learn, illa. One word you know. Beyond that you don't know anything. I know. How can you speak with them? How can you interact with them? How can you understand them? So that state governments can frame rules and government can say that those who are elected in the police department give preference in local appointment because local language they know. They can understand their problems easily. They can access them. They can give a justification quickly. Exception. Discrimination we are making. AP people are appointed in AP only. Karnataka people in Karnataka only. Maharashtra people in Maharashtra only. Purpose is to access the people easily. Beyond that, no discrimination there. If you want, you can make it. Nothing in this article shall prevent the state from making the provisions of the any reservation of appointment post in favor of the backward classes of the citizens which in the opinion of the state is not adequately represented in the services in the state. I told you state means a country. Remember, you can see sometime special drive recruitment for SC, ST only. Have you noticed? Government of India identified that in this department SC, ST people were not there much. So special drive we will conduct, recruit the people and see to that equal proportionate their representation also there in government employment. Clear? And other one is nothing in this article shall prevent the state in making the provisions for the reservation of the matters of the promotion and consequential seniority, any class of the post or services of the state in favor of the scheduled caste, SC, ST in the opinion of the state are not adequately represented in the services of the state. Nothing but while giving the promotions also, despite don't have the expected number of years of the service, they can be promoted in order to see that they are also there at higher levels of the organization. SC, ST people got exemption. You know, examination fees also exempted. And other person require 10 years of service, they may require 1 year of service, something as such. They want to see that they will come into the limelight, occupy the highest positions in the our federative country also. Other one is nothing in this article shall affect the operations of any law for which provides that incumbent of office in connection with the affairs of religious and denominational, institutional, any number of the governing body, so that person professing the particular religion belonging to a particular denomination. Nothing but a SC, ST, BC, Christian minority, Muslim minority people are there. They can do their respective things in their own life. It is allowed by them. Of course, Hindu also got the same privilege on that. So usually no discrimination. In these 4 areas, discrimination can be made. But here one point was there, if you notice, minority institutions, their admissions will be only for minority persons only. Other persons were not allowed for the administration there. No reservation for SC, ST, BC. That minority institutions essentially came into force only to provide a benefit for that section of the group. That can be allowed. And for them, no other team will be there. Only that minority team will be there in that. Acceptable. And other one is Article 17. This is about Article 17 and please write. Article 17. Abolition of untouchability. Abolition of untouchability. Today we don't have untouchability, I think so. Do you agree? Orally okay. When it comes to practice, only difficulty, everybody speaks, preaching is easier. Untouchability, okay. Abolition of untouchability. What is untouchability? Social disability, remember this word. It is there in the notes, it will come. Social disability. Untouchabilities means social disabilities. Let us see the word here. Abolition of untouchability is abolition the practice from forbidden. The enforcement of the disability arising out of untouchability shall be offense punishable in accordance with the law. Untouchability is not defined in the Constitution. However, it is referred as the social disabilities imposed on certain class of the persons by reason of their birth in the other caste. SC, ST especially. Sometimes BC categorization is there. And today also people won't allow them to enter into the house and they have to stay outside only. And there are a lot of, one community which follow the strictly traditional conditions, they won't allow them. They were not allowed to enter into house first of all premises. If they come again, they will do some kind of a ritual what they wanted to do. Maybe they have their own belief and we can't go against their sentiments of the persons. But today also unfortunately it is there for certain cases and unfortunately outside. However, it does not cover social boycott. This is to be remembered. Social boycott is different and untouchability is different. Untouchability means he is SC, ST. Hey, don't touch, don't stand in the queue, keep your place. Early olden days and those who are calling for the dinner or a lunch, all will come and have the lunch and go. They have to come with their own plates, own glasses they have to bring. After eating, they have to take the plates and go off. They won't touch those plates. But today that was not the case. Drastic change. But today also some section of the people were there and where the discrimination will be there on that. That's not there. Social boycott is different. Means one person did something guilty. All members said, don't talk to him from now onwards for 1 week. Don't supply any groceries for him for 1 week. Social boycott means with a view to bring the discipline. There is no other intention there. We are not discriminating in any other manner. He is not obeying the rules so that we are discriminating. That is not a discrimination, please. Social boycott is not a discrimination. Okay, na? Article 14, Article 15, Article 16. 16 speaks about the discrimination. 14, equality, and 15 is the opportunity, and 16 is the in case of employment point of view, and finally 17, abolition of the and any kind of untouchability as such. Now guys, next one, Article no title. In addition to that, abolition of the titles, no title, not being a military title, academic distinctions shall be conferred by the state. And other one is, no citizen of India shall accept any title from the foreign state. For example, you are a citizen of India, government of UK wanted to give one title, can you accept it? No. And vice versa. You can't accept any title. If you want to accept the title, take a permission from government of India. Government is permitted, you can accept it. Otherwise, no. And the third one, you are working in a ministry of the foreign ministry is there, no? Ministry for the Foreign Affairs, External Affairs Minister. There, some foreigners are working in India. Foreign Minister, some nothing but Indian Embassy, Foreign Embassy. Foreign Embassy, who is working? Foreign citizens only. For them, the foreign country awarded any title. As long as they are working in India, they can't accept the title. If you are working here, the title you can't take. Once you resign from here, go to your place, title can be accepted. If no person not a citizen of India, means foreign citizen, shall hold any office of the profit or a trust without any consent of the president or a title of the foreign state, means conflict of interest must not be there. Means one hand working for the foreign embassy, other hand working in a trade or business you are doing, you cannot do so. That's why if you remember who is a disqualified person, ambassador, foreign citizens, they cannot enter into competent court contract. And no person holding the office of the profit or a trust in the state without consent of the president except any present emoluments, office of the any kind under the foreign state. That's what I said. Any titles were given, any reward or award, you can't accept as long as you are working in India. This is about Article 18. Article 18, now it is Article 19. What is Article 18, guys? Abolition of title. Being a citizen of India, whatever the titles are given to you like a Bharat Ratna, Paramavira Chakra, Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan, Gnan Peet, Arjun, Khel Ratna, award, some titles are there, you can accept it. But foreign titles, you can't accept it. Okay? Military, Paramavira Chakra, they will go. You can accept it, no issue on that. Next one, guys. This is very important from examination. Article 19. This is about right to freedom. Very, very important from examination, guys. See this one. Freedom of the speech and expression. Everybody got a freedom of speech and expression. Means you can give your own opinion. I can give my opinion on the Narendra Modi. I felt what I feel. You may give your opinion on the Narendra Modi, isn't it? I have my own opinion on the KCR. You have your own opinion on the KCR. As long as it is not a defamatory statement, you can make your opinion on that person. Freedom of expression. Second one, freedom of assembly. Freedom of speech and expression. Other one is the freedom of assembly. Example for assembly, people can come together, gatherings are there, no? They can come together, prayers they can offer and as such. And freedom of association, nothing but a trade union. Associations can be created, club can be created as such. Other one is the freedom of movement. Any movements with nothing but a any kind of an incident took place, people can come together, agitate on that. Best example, Telangana movement. We want separate state, we worked on that. People can have a freedom on that. Another one is right to reside and settle. Settle, nothing but reside in Andhra Pradesh, reside in Telangana, reside in Coimbatore. You can settle in that particular place. Anywhere in the country, I can travel, I can reside. I can stay there. No person can say you should not stay here. And other one is the person of a profession, occupation, trade and business. Hope you remember this we have done. Article 19, 1G, Constitution of India, I told earlier. In the when you discuss the section 27 of the Contract Act, this point is said, you have a fundamental right to take up any trade or a profession. This is, you have a right to take up any profession, occupation, trade or business. These are all fundamental rights. And so here how do you remember this? Here SC is there, remember yes. A is there. 2 times A means 1 A is enough. M is there. R is there. P is there. Like this you remember. Somewhere one abbreviation you develop. First words so that you are able to recollect it. And 6 freedoms, however, not absolute, subject to the reasonable restrictions. So the following also there. Apart from above, the following restrictions were there. That is security of the state, friendly relations with the foreign state, public order and decency and morality, contempt of the court. Means You have to follow the court order. You should not act against court. And defamation, don't make any defamatory wrong statement about a person. And incitement to an office and foreign, sovereignty and integrity of country. Against integrity of a country, you cannot give a finance or separatism, terrorism, etc. You cannot work on that. These are all about article. Very important cases, and these were, remember, 4-5 cases are very important. Directly in the examinations, questions may come, please. Okay. Article 19(1)(a). In the case of a so-and-so, Prabhu Datta versus Union of India, Supreme Court held that right to know news, information about the functioning of the government is included in the freedom of the press. Under the Right to Information Act, RTI, I have a right to know how the government is functioning. It is my fundamental right. I can question them. It may be central government or local government or otherwise the state government. Union of India versus the Association of the Democratic Reform, Supreme Court held that the people have a right to know about the candidate before voting. That's why candidates are details in the affidavit they have to produce. Their name, surname, father's name, details, date of birth, qualifications, and their property which they have. Everything details has to be given. The richest candidate CM is Jagan Mohan Reddy. Richest candidate, richest, but outside you say that I am a poor person. When the affidavit, if you see, he is the richest CM in India. And the second person, recently one more MLA contesting in Telangana elections presented 453 crores his property. From Khammam he is going to Poluga to Pongoleti, something. One person, yesterday I was reading the newspaper. Persons are there, got a huge money, they have to make a declaration. I must know who is contesting, what about him, some information, the freedom of right. And other one is about him, the law preventing the election commission from asking the candidate wealth and assets and liabilities, education. Recently about Prime Minister Modi, Kejriwal was asking whether he qualified degree is there or not. I don't know how many of you followed that case. He was asking, Modi said he was a graduate, but he was asking from which university, which year studied, show the paper. He was not showing on that. There is no paper at all. Unfortunately. Okay, anyway, we are not discussing. I don't know. When I don't know, I can't say anything on that. But when he took a challenge on this person, he said, in the affidavit they will write, year of passing, certificate to university details were there. With the details, he approached the university under RTI, give the certification that whether he passed in this or not. There was the reply from university. There was no reply from university till date. So he keep in mind he is harassing the crazy world today. Many issues were because of that case and interlinked cases these were all. Anyway, my point is here, educational point of view, must make a declaration. Such information will be invalid. Under Tata Press Limited versus MTNL, Supreme Court held that any commercial speech, that is advertisement, is a part of the freedom of the speech and expression as per article. Nothing but through the advertisement also, your information can be expressive by nature. Tata Group. And Union of India versus Naveen Jindal, not our Naveen Jindal. One more Naveen Jindal was there. Naveen Jindal means not existing at present, who is the richest man. Other person he is. He stated that in this case held that flying the national flag is a fundamental right in the article. In this case, Supreme Court, he wanted to play nothing but a national flag, that is the house end. Previously, where the national flag should be only at government offices only. But he wanted to display on his house. But the police people are not giving permission. They are arresting and putting back off the bars. This fellow filed a case in the court, Naveen Jindal. Supreme Court said, yes, you can do it. But conditions apply. The tone one, proper. We have to make a proper arrangement. Then nowadays we are seeing Narendra Modi. He is asking every citizen of India, ghar ghar par you have to go for the display or cheap techniques. People are there, whatever. Other one is freedom of silence. Yes, my dear, remember, see this one. Freedom of silence means right not to speak. CBI inquiry going on. CID inquiry going on. They will ask some questions. They won't reply. My right, fundamental right, and to be silent. You can't question me. Some questions I won't reply. My fundamental right. How can you say that? That's why it's a fundamental right not to speak. Then he will say, my lawyer will speak. I won't say anything. My lawyer will speak. Because otherwise, what I say, what interpretation you will take, I don't know. Sometimes it's a fundamental right. In the case of this one, Bijoy Emmanuel case, the freedom not to sing the national anthem. Interesting case, and this is not to sing the national anthem, but not disrespect it. Students belonging to so and so not singing the national anthem as their religion prohibits the glorification anything else other than their God. In Kerala, one school, they refused to sing a national anthem. Case was filed. Supreme Court said they have a freedom not to sing. They said you need not sing, but don't disrespect the national anthem. When national anthem is coming, all are standing. You have to stand. Whether to sing or not, your wish. You simply stand. You can't sit. You have to stand. Second, you can't make any comment those who are singing. No disrespect. Okay, your religion said you can't hail any person other than your religion. Good. Don't sing, man. Stand. In the cinema theatre also, national anthem will start. All will stand, irrespective of the religion. Whether you sing or not, your personal view. Nobody can question you, but you have to stand. Some people won't stand. Now people say, get up. Notice any time. One arrogant fellow will be there. He won't get up. And people say, hey, get up, man, national anthem. Everybody will stand. Singing or not, your wish. Remember this also. These are all MCQ questions important. That's why judgments you remember, please. And next one, Article 20, lays down protection in respect of the conviction of the offences. If I commit any offences, I can defend myself in the court of law. Appeals are there, lower court to upper court, I can go for appeal. And ex post facto law, what does it mean? See guys, I committed a crime, example, in the year 2020. That time, law was different. Act of commission means when that crime took place, as on that date, according to which law, he was arrested, according to that law, punishment will be there. Since later, 2023, the law got amended. That provision doesn't exist. Do I have a punishment or not? Is there. According to that law, punishment will be. That is the point. According to new law, you can't punish. According to old law, only punishment will be. Offense committed under the 1956 Companies Act. Punishment also 1956 only, but not 2013. Offense was committed under the Companies Act 2013. Punishment also according to 2013. I can't ask punishment should be according to 1956. Understanding that? Thereby. See this? No person shall be convicted on any offense except a violation of the law force at the time of the commission of the act charged against an offense. Commission means committed. Okay? And nor be subjected to the penalty greater than the which might have been inflicted under the law force at the time of the commission was offense. Means under the new law, no punishment. Under the old law, on which date I was committed a crime, according to that law, punishment will be there. If you want one sentence, you write. One line you write there for this section 20. New law cannot apply. New law cannot apply to the people operating before the new law was passed. before the new law was passed? Short answer, this is also MCQ question important. Thus meaning they will give, we have to identify which one is the suitability there. And the double jeopardy is nothing but no person shall be prosecuted and punished for the same offense for more than once. I committed a crime, only one time is punishable, but not two times under different laws. That's why all applicable sections under the different laws will be charged. And punishment will be given only one time, not under the different laws, the different punishments won't be there. And the protection under this class is available to only proceeding before the court of law and judicial tribunal. In other words, it is not available proceedings before department and administrative authority. Case was filed against a person under section 420, section 120B, section 302, different sections they will quote. Means different allegations were made, only one case was filed. 302 one case separately, 120B separately one case, otherwise a violation of the public disturbance one more case won't be there. All sections against Chandrababu Naidu recently, many sections were put on him. Nothing but not separate cases were not filed. One case only, under the different laws you are prosecutable before the law. But whereas in case of a departmental inquiry going on within the organization, he is guilty of the fraud, misappropriation, we are making an inquiry. Inquiry can be made internally from the various departments n number of times. You can't question all people should come and inquiry only one time. You can't question like that. But a case point of view, all cases, no double cases, no double punishment. Only one case under the different sections, different laws, you can punish. Double, no double jeopardy. Now see the self-incrimination. No person cause of any offense shall be compelled to be witnessed against himself. Means, will you give witness against yourself? Sometimes the movies will see, you have to come to court and say that you are committed a crime. Means you have to give a witness to against yourself. Yes, I involved because his son or a daughter, grandfather, grandson was kidnapped. We're asking that you have to give a witness like this. Same section, article. It extends to both oral and documentary evidence. Means oral evidence or submitting a paper. And therefore, where a person accused of an offense, if compelled to be a witness, then such a compulsion should be not a result in giving against to himself. If any person was forced to give any witness against himself, that witness is not valid. And you have to establish that my acceptance was not free. I was forced to give the witness against myself. And other one is Article 21. Guys, important. Article 21, right to life and personal liberty. Maneka Gandhi case is there, one of eminent cases. Maneka Gandhi was not allowed to travel in India. She filed a case in Supreme Court. Supreme Court said, she is a citizen of India. She got every right to travel any corner of India. No state government, no local government can impose a penalty. Right to reside and settle. We have fundamental right. I have right to travel. Nobody can question me that why did you come here? Because of if there is any public disturbance, you can question me on that. Otherwise, as citizen of India, I have a right to travel to any place. So this one, no person shall be deprived of his life or a personal liberty except according to the procedure laid down by law. Because if there is any disturbances or the law and order issue is that may be restricted, otherwise no. Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India, the court given widest possible interpretation of the personal liberty. The Article 21 means always the best case Maneka Gandhi case. Eminent case that was. Comparatively, other cases and huge definitions were given there. Right to life, including within ambit to right to live with human dignity. Right to live with dignity. Nobody can suppress you from the right side. And the Supreme Court held that right to life defines not only physical existence but the quality of life. What is the quality of life? Air must be free from all types of the pollutions. Water must be free from the types of the pollution. Land must be free from the pollution, because then only right to live, quality of life will be there. One hand, air, water, land, everything is getting polluted. How to live under Delhi is the place to live today. So much pollution at Delhi, and thereby right to live. If any person is depriving of right, he can go to Supreme Court or High Court. And when you go to Supreme Court, Article 32. When you go to High Court, Article 226 will help you. Article 32, my fundamental rights are deprived. Where should I go? Go to Supreme Court, Article 32. State government, I want to go to High Court, Article 226. These rights were deprived. If any person deprived my fundamental right, I can go to court. And court will give the directions to state government or central government to retrieve his fundamental rights. I got a right, because I'm a citizen of India, I got a freedom to move any place. Nobody can restrict my freedoms. And some of the examples were given here. The right is inclusive right, including the following. You have a right to Article 21, inclusive of all these. Different cases, different judgment, and whichever point you want, ask me, I'll explain. Otherwise, just I will read out. And the right to travel abroad. You know abroad means? Okay. Okay, good. Right to livelihood. Okay. Right to shelter. Right to privacy. And held that telephone tapping is a serious invasion of individuals' right to privacy, which is a part of right to life and personal liberty. I don't know how many of you knew, if the telephone tapping was proved against any government, that government will be abolished immediately. Officially you can't do. Unofficial intelligent people will do only. In fact, if any person is tapping my phone means I don't have any privacy, man. Isn't it? I have a life now. I want to talk with my people, and very confidential personal issues I will discuss. How can you listen my words? Of course, today we don't have any private life. And today, you go on the road, CC following. You go to park, CC is there. Go to cinema, CC is there. Show me one place where there is a secrecy for you. Huh? In the house also, people are keeping CCs, and classroom also CC is there. In everywhere CC, everything is open today. There is no secrecy at all. Too much here. There is no person have no private life only today. It's totally invading the right of the personal liberty. Seriously, I have right to tell you, man. Why so many people are noticing me? I'm a terrorist. Why so many people are focusing on me? Unfortunately, today your CIA, American-based agency, NIA. They can listen to us today. What is happening in this class also, they are getting recorded. And such a technology they have. India somehow better. They are globally noticing everything. Something abnormality is there, they will come across. Dilsukh Nagar blast was there recent past. Maybe 5-6 years before, Dilsukh Nagar there was a blast. Government of US informed the government of India. India informed to Telangana government, Babu, there is going to be a blast at the Dilsukh area also is Dilsukh Nagar. Take care. Our people, seriously, it came in the news. Government of India stated later, we want the government. We want the government because we got a source of information from US. They gave information because both the countries, neighbor countries only. They are helping each other. Information exchange is there. They helped them. If you ask question, if that is the case, how the attack on WTC was happened? That is, conspiracy was made within US. They failed to understand that. That's the only logic. Anyway, other one is health, right to health and medical assistance. Right to health and medical assistance. You don't have money for a health, government has to provide a health facility. And it's a fundamental right, my dear, don't forget. That's why Arogyasri programs, everything is free. Government of India or state governments has to provide their duty, and their duty that was originally. And other one is ecology and environmental pollution. Other one is education under Article 21A, later part again we'll study. And the prisoner's rights, every prisoner got a right hand. They held that prisoners died due to beating by the police officer, nothing but an encounter. The family members got a right to get a compensation from the police department. And the right one is right to legal aid. I don't have money, then I can pray the judge. He will give. I think I told one example also. Attack on Mumbai attack, Mr. Kasab. Kasab case, Supreme Court gave the legal aid. And he said, are you guilty? No. You want any legal assistance? Yes. Lawyers were appointed on him. Because everybody got a right to plead their guilty, isn't it? Nothing but I am innocent. Prove it. Legal aid free and speedy trial. Complete the case quickly. How many years will take this case, man? Like Jagan Mohan Reddy case is on bail for the last 10 years. One person filed a case in Supreme Court. How many years a person can be on the bail? 10 years on bail. Not attending one case also, one hearing also. Complete the trial quickly. Supreme Court ruling is there. From the date of the judgment was given and within the 1 year, trial has to be completed and you convict the person. But who is following? Many reasons they will come. Many people were there on the trial, on the bail end. Today, Lalu Prasad Yadav is on bail. Chandrababu Naidu on bail. Many people on the bail. Eminent people. But still, there is no course of action. But a speedy trial, you can file a case in the court of law. Because of him, there is a social disturbance. And other one is against the hand cliffs. What is the hand cliffing? Arrest. In the movies always say, last scene. Police will come. You are under arrest. They will fatafat wear the hand clips. Sometimes some movies will say, they are ready to give. They say, no, I will come to the jail. No hand clips, I will come. You have a right hand. The old movies, not like that, always hand clips. But now it is a freedom, fundamental right hand. You article right to live without hand clips. I am ready to come now. I am not running away. Why hand clips? I am not a notorious criminal. To take me as an inquiry person also, you put a hand clips to me. Shall I take one pic and upload on my Facebook? Not necessary. You have a right hand. You can insist them. No hand clips. I am ready to come with you. I will cooperate for your investigation part. And right against the delayed execution. Decision was taken. Hey, give pension to all. Some are getting the pension, some are not getting the pension. I can go before the court. This decision was not implemented for me. Look into the case. And the right to food. Yes. For this we must appreciate the certain governments, and in Tamil Nadu they are giving the food with very, very reasonable, the best food they are serving. The best food and best environment. Best place. And the best food they are serving. Right to food, and everybody live on this planet and work only sake of the food, and for that sake must appreciate the certain governments taking the especially Tamil Nadu. Amma canteens were there, most successful, and later Stalin came into power. He said continue the same, no need to change the title also. That is the intelligence of the person, and we need not change everything titles now. With the title, what will you get? No, nothing. Why? What is the need to change? Stalin the title is Stalin Cantina. Not necessary. Or Karunanidhi Cantina. Amma canteens. So real worked out. In Telangana also there 5 rupees meals. 5 rupees. In Telangana also there 5 rupees meals. Annapurna Mesta? No. Annapurna? Only Annapurna, na? Okay. That was maintained by Hare Rama, Hare Krishna mission. ISKCON temple. ISKCON temple people are serving the food. That money will go to the ISKCON. The subsidy amount will be given to ISKCON. ISKCON people are doing the great service for them. Free right to have your food, and otherwise 5 rupees what will you get here? Not a cup of tea. Isn't it? Great. Thank you, Mr. KCR. And the right to marriage, of course, you have right to marry, man. Somebody said, don't marry. Hey, against my fundamental right, man. I have right to marry. Somebody said, if I marry, I will kill the in and around people. So nobody can restrict you. Remember Article 20, Section 26, the Contract Act. Agreement and restraint of the marriage. Section 26, nobody can restrict your right of marriage. And other one is right to reputation, goodwill. Your reputation can be maintained. Somebody making a defamatory statement, you can file a case. And other one is right to education. 21A, Article 21A declares that state means country shall provide the free and compulsory education for whom children below the age of the means in between the age of the 6 to 14. That's why elementary education in India free, and if government schools are there, elementary education free, you can ask them to go and join there. But we want a hi-fi education going for the international schools. Then I don't know where you have studied, but generally people prefer the English convent schools and all. But the government schools also, if there is a proper orientation, India and a problem, my personal opinion, we have the infrastructure, we have the teachers, problem is there is no proper monitoring. Seriously, not that they don't have anything, they have everything. Problem is one person is not responsible. If it is our own property, we will be very carefully handle it. If it is the government property, that laziness or lethargy will come. Government kaina. Everybody got that attitude, and as long as that is there, it won't work. The moment you feel government is our money, man, with our money it was built. How much care should be taken for that? Imagine if it is the last means, again our money we have to spend on that. Little common sense, and our people should really work. Teachers are there. What is salary teachers today, and equal to our IAS officer? Such a huge salaries are being paid. Why don't you take work from them? You have to provide education, compulsory education. That too, best of the best, well-trained teachers are there. You should have taken work from them. You should have taken work from them. Not that they were not trained, well-trained staff. And problem is there is no proper person who is monitoring and giving a proper guidance there. But in India, in between the age of the 6 to 14, education free and elementary education, this provision makes only elementary education is the fundamental right. Remember, only elementary education is a fundamental right, but not higher or professional education. Higher education means from 10th class onwards, otherwise the 5th class onwards. You have to study your own. 14th means 5th class completed, 9th class completed. 10th class onwards, you have to study by yourself, man. 8th class, I don't know what exactly it is. Whatever, 8th or 9th, okay. From 10th class onwards, 10 plus 2, graduation, post-graduation, your MPhil or a PhD, otherwise any CA, CMA, CS, etc. Study by yourself. Next one is right against exploitation. This is Article 23. Article number and rule you write in. Then you are able to understand. On a piece of a paper, letter separately, Article 14 to Article 32, all the points you write. Then article title you remember, that will handy in your examination. Right, fill in the blanks questions are there, that will be helpful to you guys. This is the right against exploitation. Exploitation, prohibition of the traffic in human beings and forced labor. Nothing but human trafficking is prohibited. At the same time, forced labor. Nothing but you are forced to work at a particular area of operations. Compulsion. See this one, prohibition of the trafficking in human being and other similar form of the forced labor. This right is available for both citizens and non-citizens. Citizen, non-citizens. And to protect the individuals not only against the state but also against the private person. Including private person also cannot do the human trafficking and forced labor. However, state can impose the compulsory services for this public purpose, and which are the military services and the social services. In case of a military, they may compel the people to go and work. Social service they may impose, must and should. NCC is there, compulsory service. If you join into NCC, camp will be there 2 days or 3 days or 1 week. You have to go to nearby village and do some service and come back. Mandatory. They have to make certain guidelines as such. And next one is Article 24. Prohibition of employment of the children at a factory. Already we know this. Women and children cannot be placed at employment. Who is a child below the age of the 14 years in a factory, mine, other hazardous activities cannot be employed. But sorry, if it does not prohibit their employment in any harmless, innocent work. Other works they can do, simple work, because they have to survive now. That's why even the child can be a member of the trade union. Child can be a member of the trade union. Hazardous nature, he can't work. Other works he can, which are very innocent by nature. Throwing the papers, paper selling. Paper boys are there. They can sell in the morning papers. They can do certain things because they are working and making the money allowed. Not a hazardous nature of the work. Article 25. All the persons are equally entitled to a freedom of conscience and the right of the freedom of the profess and practice and patronage religion. As a Hindu, I have a right to preach, follow my religion. As a Christian, as a Muslim, you have a right to follow your dharma, but without interfering with other person's dharmas. Don't make any wrong. You tell about your religion. Don't compare with other religion and make a defamatory statement. You tell that I am great. Don't say that when comparatively him, I am great. Don't say that. I think you are understanding that. So here it is, freedom of conscience and profess and propagate and practice. Everybody got a right to do their own. Propaganda means, of course, certain places it is prohibited, I think so. You remember, in Tirumala, Tirupati, other than the Hindu religion, other people cannot wear any symbols of the other religion. They can't give any kind of a advertisement because that entire place is maintained by TTD. That is the money coming from Hindus. Government is not giving a single pie, their money. So they got every right to impose the restrictions that other than the Hindu person cannot do any kind of the propaganda for their religion. This is our religious place. We are not coming to your religious place and giving a propaganda for our religion. You work in our place, we will work our place. And if any other than the, for example, foreigners will come and being a Christian, they want to see the Lord Venkateshwara. You can see. Only thing is they have to make a declaration. They have to sign one book that I believe in this God. They were not asking that you hail the God. No. Just a sign. I believe in this God. Declaration form believe. They simply sign. You can visit your God. Not like that. Other places also somewhere restrictions were there. But here no restrictions as such. Article 25 covers only the religious belief but also religious practices. It is available to all the persons, citizen of India as well as. Article 26, the religious denomination of any of the sections which shall follow as follows. It establishes, maintains the religious charitable purpose, matters of the religion, movable and immovable property and administration of the law. Nothing but being a TTD is the best example and here. They have their own property, mobile property, immovable property. They have the funds, so huge money, richest God. They can do many things. And Article 27. Okay, we see this in the tomorrow's class, guys. We'll start. Tomorrow we do writs and various writs filed by government and the sources of law. Major part of the sources will complete by tomorrow. Tomorrow, most part reading won't be there, only summarization will be there. Concept elaboration. They are the reading each and every point because articles are important so that we discuss. The remaining only summary note can be provided.